Hello and welcome. My name is Amy, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to assume that there's a large number of people out there that have this wonderful piece of equipment that I actually really like, a foam roller. Okay. Now I know a lot of people. I'm going to assume a lot of people are aware that this is used for rolling muscles and relieving some tension and self-myofascial release. But I'm going to venture to say that some of you probably didn't realize you can use this to help with your strength training. So I'm going to show you a really quick little workout that you can do with your beautiful foam roller at home on your own. And I mean, you can make it last for however long you want. But I'm going to suggest it doesn't take you any more than 15 minutes. So this is perfect workout to kind of throw in with your current workout that you're doing or the end of a workout. You can do it on its own. In this video, I'm not going to take you through a warm-up. I'm not really going to take you through much of the stretch. So make sure that you do that on your own afterwards, okay? The stretching part, okay? I wanted to show you how to use this. And we're going to focus on our core. Now, a lot of people, I teach group fitness as well, and a lot of people are like, oh, I work my core. But some people don't realize that actually is more than just your, that six pack, right? Those superficial muscles, the muscles on the top of at the top layer, close to the skin, okay? So the deep core muscles are deep. They're much more than just that. And the core is more than just your abdominals. It's the hips, it's the shoulders, it's this whole rectangle out on the inside of our appendages, okay? So we have our appendages, our legs and our arms, and then we have our core. So I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do to help strengthen that core, okay? And then I'm going to show you one just for fun at the end that helps build the core, but also some stability as well. So I have my handy dandy little list because I want to make sure that I don't miss it. Now you can do these with your running shoes on. I have socks on just because my feet were cold when I was getting started, but I'm going to take my socks off to do these, and that's just so that we don't slip. Now if you have one of those really large, nubbly foam rollers, some of these may not feel so comfortable doing those exercises on one like that. But what you're hoping for is something that's not too squishy, okay? The harder, the more intense the sensations can be when you use it for foam rolling. But that shouldn't affect you today, okay? So I'm going to get you to start. Now again, remember, you're already warmed up at this point, but I'm going to show you. So I'm going to get you to start with your foam roller perpendicular to your mat, okay? And we're going to do a bridge. Now, a bridge is a bridge. We've all heard of it, we know it. So what you need to make sure is that your hips, knees, and ankles are all in a straight line. So when I roll down, I want to make sure that my knees haven't come together or they haven't fallen apart, that I'm not rolling on the edges of my feet, and that my head and my shoulders are comfortably on the ground. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that foam roller and you're going to place it under the arches of your feet. And you're going to make sure that that core is pulled in, that belly button's pulled in, the shoulders and head are relaxed on the floor. You're probably going to want to put your hands out to the side for the first little bit. You're going to press down into the top, so make sure your feet are on top of that foam roller. And you're going to press down and you're going to lift that bum up and down. Now what you're going to do is you're not going to return down to the floor, you're going to hover, okay? And up, I can already feel my hamstrings and my bum. Now really make sure you pull that belly button in because you don't want the butt to drop back down and your back to be arched, right? So squeezing the bum up and down, nice and slow. Squeeze up and down. I have lost count. We're aiming for 10. Up, nice and slow and controlled. And you can feel the hamstrings lighting up because it's keeping that foam roller from rolling out from you, right? Squeeze. Let's say, I think that's 10. No, that's probably 9. Let's do one more for the fun of it. Good. Up, squeeze, or all the way back down. Ah, bring your knees into your chest and release. Okay, that's your exercise 1. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do that exercise 2 to 3 times. Okay, I'm just showing you this workout. You can do it on. You can write it down and do it on your own. Okay. My music got crazy fast there. So now, what you're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to come over onto that all-fours position. Now, this is more for that deep core stability and shoulder stability, okay, shoulder strength. So you can, I'm going to do this in both directions for you, okay? You can be however you need. So what you want to make sure is your hands are underneath your shoulders and that your fingertips are facing forward. Now, there is a tendency when you are on something like this that you'll start to roll and have your wrists lower than your hands, okay? Now, that to me is really uncomfortable. But I like this because what it can do is it also can help people who struggle with having their hands flat on the floor. It's hard on the wrist because you can actually have, allow the fingers to wrap, right, around the front of the foam roller. So in that tabletop position, shoulders are relaxed, belly's pulled in, my hands are underneath my shoulders, and I can just hold here. Okay, you can just hold here. You can extend that one arm, okay, and then down. You can extend that opposite leg, all right? Or you can go into the full bird dog, where you extend opposite arm and opposite leg. Now, from the front. And you would alternate. We're gonna alternate for 10, okay? So my hands are underneath my shoulder, my fingertips forward, my head is neutral. I'm not dropping through my belly button's pulled in, my shoulder blades are together. When I lift, am I going to kick my back while I am? When I lift my arm, notice that I'm not rolling over through, I'm not rolling onto that hand. My shoulders stay square, my hips are square. Good, my belly button's pulled in. I've got my knee bent just because my wall is behind me. I'm moving nice and slow and controlled, right? Belly's pulled in. Slight tuck of that pelvis in just to help make sure that that belly's pulled in. That's 4. I'm going to turn to the side so I can show you with leg extended. I'm going to extend. My shoulder is working to stay stable. You can see there's a little bit of a shake. Now, if you go into the full bird dog and it's like this, then you keep that other leg down, okay? Or maybe you don't lift the arm. Maybe you just lift just the leg and keep both hands on your foam roller. Good. One more. Nice and slow. Notice I'm not collapsing through my chest. I'm still lifting up nice and tall. Good. And then release. Good. And then you do 3 sets of that. All right, we're going into our curls. Now this is one of my favorite positions just to be on the foam roller because I find it's really comfortable. Some people are like, you are weird. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place it along, parallel with your mat. Make sure that you don't miss it when you go to sit down on it. And you wanna be on the edge, okay? So those of you who have the shorter or the half length or 3/4 length, this isn't necessarily gonna work unless you're super tiny. And people who are exceptionally tall, you might need 2, okay? Although, play with it first. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay down on top. It already feels really good. My spine is right along the top of my foam roller, and I can already feel that my core is working to keep me on top, okay? So you can see I'm going back and forth. My feet are about hip width apart. If you want more stability, you bring them wider, okay? But again, don't let the knees drop. They have to stay pointing to the ceiling. Or you can place the hands out to the side. Now this can be enough. The other thing to make sure you watch out for, and I mention this all the time, is that your lower ribs aren't flaring up, okay? So pull them in, not over accentuating, right? Like we don't want that pelvic tilt. We just want to pull the lower ribs in. You can stay here and just try not to fall off. Now if you want to bring it up a level, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little abdominal curl. So you're going to find those hip bones and those ribs, that space in between. That's the space we want to make smaller, okay? A lot of people will lift and that space will never get smaller and they'll push their belly out. what I want you to think about is pulling your belly button in and almost like collapsing like this, okay? So my belly button's pulling in and my hips and my ribs are coming closer together. So I'm gonna pull in, make that space smaller. My belly button's pulled in. I'm looking to the ceiling and still have a space between my chin and my chest. And I come down. I lift. The closer my feet are, the more I also have to work from rolling off. The wider, the more I can focus on my abdominals and not being afraid to fall off. Lifting the shoulders up off, or the shoulder blades as far off from beside the foam roller as possible. I think that's 6, 7. Make sure you're pulling the together. 8. Looking straight up at the ceiling. 9. One more. Elbows wide. 10. Good. Make sure when you are that you're not pulling on that head, okay? So elbows are wide. I lift. I'm not even holding on to my head, okay? So I'm not here. I'm open through the chest, okay? One more in this position. Now there's a couple ways you can play with this one. Excuse me. Feet are on the floor, and you can just start by lifting one leg and the other. And you might notice that one side you need to support a little bit more, pulling the belly button in. You can also extend your leg, right? Extend. Or if you're feeling really frisky, we can take both feet off and tap them down, or legs extended and scissor them. Okay? I'm going to show you the scissor, maybe coming down to here. So belly button pulled in. All right? We're going to alternate. We're going to do 10 total. Lower ribs pulled in, shoulders relaxed. Ready? Here we go. So nice and slow. And I'm going to scissor. So as one's coming up, the other one's coming down. That's 3. Belly button in. 4. 5. Don't let the leg extend beyond. Okay. Oh, now I lost count. Let's go 9 and 10. Good. Bring the knees in. Feet on the floor. And relax. So take those 4 exercises. Do them 10, I did 10. You can do anywhere between 8 and 12 repetitions, 6 and 12 repetitions until you feel comfortable. Try 2 sets, maybe 1 set to start, then building up to 2 sets, then building up to 3 sets. And when you get, up to that 3 sets of 12 repetitions, then you should be good to go, okay? It's a gradual process. Take your time. Now I'm going to show you one little last one for fun. Fun, I should say. My husband is still like, I don't think that you and I have the same definition of fun. But that's okay. I enjoy working out. So you want to be close to a wall, okay? And you're going to see why. You're going to come up onto your foam roller. Now, if you have one that's super duper squishy, you're going to feel it give more underneath your foot, okay? If the harder it is, the more support you're going to feel. But what I want you to do is when you stand on it, you want to make sure you pull your belly button in and you relax your shoulders. Okay, I'm standing hip to shoulder width apart. And you can just hang out here, right? And work on your balance, your awareness of your body in space, right? Like how is your body working to keep you on top of this foam roller? Now, if you want to go a little bit further, what you can do, and you can have support on the wall as well, a little bit of light support, you can do a little baby squat and then up, okay? Try not to be rolling back and forth on top of the foam roller. You squat down, make sure those knees press straight out in front of or in line with those toes, and the bum goes back. Okay, so it's down, whoo, and up. Oh, maybe Amy's balance isn't in for it today. And each day is different. Okay, some days we feel like $1,000,000. Some days we feel like we're 1,000,000 years old, right? Belly pulled in. That's why I say have a wall close by. Maybe the wall's in front of you, right? So you can reach out. I'm burning a hole in front of me. If you can, and you feel confident, you can look up. That will challenge the balance a little bit more. We'll see. Oh, no, not today. Good. And then do your 10. That's not part of that little mini workout. That's just something else to show you that those foam rollers can be used for more than rolling out those muscles. And that's it. If you have any questions, comments, requests, please by all means you can leave a comment below or send me a message. My contact info is at the end of this video. If not, enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you soon.